Hello, Jenna and Shelley. How you doing? It's the Scribbles "What's New with You" edition here. The cover banner at the top has a couple of different, like my nephew, who's pointing over at the logo that says "What's New with You." Justin Preston's up there. There's a pussycat. There's some other people that are featured in the section. They're at the top of the website with the Spend Summer with Scribbles logo. And then it says over 45 friends adventures in What's New with You. Okay. So that's at the top. And then you would have a different post, and then the next post you would see is this one here, which is the What's New with You, but it starts off with the editorial. There's a picture of me and Mr. Sock cropped from the pictures of the summer friend thing when we're all together on the steps. I just cropped me and Mr. Sock out and put me on the page here. So the editorial says, "Hello, my friends. So much has been going on lately, both on a global level and with the many wonderful friends you see on scribbles.co. The felon in the White House continues to be a menace, destroying so much of what people loved about the U.S. He continues to throw around tariffs and is undoubtedly the most hated person on the planet, a title he wears like a damn badge of honor. In celebrity news, they've been dropping like flies. Malcolm Jamal Warner, Connie Francis, Chuck Mangione, Hulk Hogan, and the Prince of Darkness, Ozzy Osbourne. All no longer walk among us and are all missed terribly by family, friends, and fans. Period. I enjoyed a few weeks of amazing events. Fort Erie Pride, a summer reunion of friends I had not seen in a decade, a return trip to NET Camp Resort, and more recently playing host for my sister Jane's barbecue birthday bash, which was like yesterday. And what have the rest of our Scribbles friends been up to? Well, since it has been a while since I put together a What's New with You section, there are tons of things to share with you. Birthdays, vacations, graduations are but a few of the many exciting things our Scribbles gang have been enjoying. Today's What's New with You section is our largest such post ever, with over 45 friends, stories, and adventures to bring you up to date with. As always, I have lots of ideas for future posts, and with my August looking less event-filled than July, I should be able to turn those ideas into reality soon. Hope you continue to keep cool in our record-breaking heat waves and have more adventures planned for the rest of your summer. Signed, Kenny." And it's the What's New with You section, the logo with pictures of people on the top, friends. First post: whenever we see a photo of 10-month-old Izzy, it makes us smile. She's such a little cutie, patootie. Her mom is Jade, and her dad, Kyle, was Scribbles' Father of the Year. Now, the little girl, Izzy, is wearing a dress that has strawberries on it, sitting on a red blanket. There's some water behind her, so like a lake or something. And she's eating a little bowl of course, strawberries. So there's one, she looks all cute. Next little picture, she's looking at the berries. And then the next one, she's got berries all over her face, and she's got them squished in her hand, and she's got a funny smile on her face. So that's that post. Next, some of the photos are St. Catherine Scribbles pal Tammy posts of herself, her son H, or Father Richard are so sweet. Perhaps it's got something to do with the tasty items they are often enjoying in these photos. Those ice cream cones look mighty yummy, Tammy. And you see two pictures of Tammy with H and her dad, Richard, side by side in a restaurant. And there's a cake for H, and it says 13, and it's lit up, so that was his 13th birthday cake. And then the other photo, the three of them are sitting there with these big giant waffle cones full of ice cream. So it's like, yeah, their posts are sweet, all right. Next, thank you, TD Bank, for donating $5,000 to Pride Niagara. Although some people still bristle at the idea of corporate sponsorship, it is important to note that Pride Niagara relies on donations, be they from individual people or businesses, to keep providing the local LGBTQ Q+2S with drag shows, dances, and pride events. And then you can click on the picture of, there's the people from the bank, and there's our friend Enzo, and a couple other people I don't know, and they're holding a big giant check that says, Pride Niagara is $6,000. Next we have, it's always nice to feel appreciated in your workplace. Our pal Justin received this from his employer on National Personal Support Workers Day. Way to go, Justin. It's your compassion, optimism, and kindness do not go unnoticed. We appreciate you. Happy International PSW Day, and then it's signed in the corner, so, and that's in a frame. So he got that from his work. That's always nice. Okay, next we have, one second, wet my whistle. After many years at the same crosswalk, our friend Keith is hanging up his stop sign and reflective vest. They acknowledged his retirement by asking passing cars to honk. How cool was that? Keith was a crossing guard at the same intersection for 18 years. And they got a picture of him and his sign and everything, and the people that are from the school standing beside him, and on the other side of this big banner it says, honk, Keith is retiring, God bless, best wishes, St. Denis School. Next we have Niagara Scribbles friend Michael shared these photos with us on his Facebook page. It's his beautiful dog Athena, who recently turned 2. We love how Athena keeps her cool on a hot, humid day. And you see a little picture of Michael with the black dog, Athena. She's like the size of a Cocker Spaniel, maybe. She's got short fur, all black. And then a nice cute close-up of her picture. And then in the corner you see her in a little kiddie pool. And her body's rolled up and her tail's hanging off the side because it's too big to all fit in. But she's there. Next, our pal Darren and son Xander did all the touristy things on their spring vacation to Ireland, which included, of course, the kissing of the Blarney Stone. Looks like fun. Bracket. I'm contractually obligated to say that. It actually looks kind of scary. There's a picture of Darren kissing the Blarney Stone, and then there's somebody's holding his legs and someone around his waist. He looks like terrified. And then there's a picture of his son doing the same thing. And there's another picture of on the way back. I don't know if it's in the plane or the car, but Xander is like totally passed out, laying on his dad's shoulder. Next, our pal Carrie and husband Ed love the great outdoors. Here they are with daughter Alicia at Margaret Falls in BC. Looks like a beautiful place, Carrie, my dear. I used to hang out with Carrie and party with her when I was in my late teens, when she lived in St. Catharines, of course. Now she's in BC with her husband. Next, our Welland Scribbles friend Emily had fun creating sock puppets for a school project. We love them, and so does Mr. Sock, who thinks he might be related to Emily's sock pals. I wonder if Ancestry has a DNA test for sock puppets. And there's a picture of her, of course, and then she has 4 different puppets that she's made, and they're all out of like the same kind of sock like Mr. Sock would be. One is a pink sock, kind of reminds me of my Chaussette puppet. They're cute. They have tiny little eyes though, and no noses. They're really cute puppets though. Next, our Niagara Scribbles pal Gail took an extended trip to her second home, Australia, and since she works for Canada Post, took a photo of her with an Aussie mailbox. So it's a picture of her. There's the big red Australia Post box that you put your mail in. And she's kind of peeking around from behind it. And then what I've done is I cropped that out and put it like on a little island map of Australia. And then there's the flag, of course, is there beside it. And then I stuck a kangaroo in the corner, kind of looking up at her. Like, next, Fort Erie Scribbles friends Rodney and Heather had 2 achievements to be proud about. Their daughter Alina graduated from grade 8, won 6 awards, and was valedictorian. Meanwhile, their son Cade chose a low-key approach to graduating high school. Congratulations, Alina and Cade. And there's pictures of there's Alina she's looking like she's way older than going into finishing grade 8. Beautiful, nice red dress, beautiful hair, blah, blah, blah. And there's mom on one side and proud daddy on the other side. And then Cade, they just had a picture of him. He's he didn't go anywhere. It's a picture of him and he's wearing his shirt and his toque, and that's it. Next, our Welland buddy Lucas was bright up. Okay, let's try that again. Our Welland buddy Lucas was up bright and early at 5 a.m., excited to get to participate in the Special Olympics. He took a much-needed nap when he got home, our pal Jessica told us. Saskatchewan, it's pretty spot. There he is with his two little ribbons. Next, Saskatchewan Scribbles friend Darren shared this photo of son Xander, who's going into grade 7 in September. Okay, let me see. Where was that? Okay, yeah, I got to split these two panels up. Okay, anyhow, so it's a picture of Xander and Darren. So Saskatchewan Scribbles friend Darren shared this photo. He's going into grade 7. Next, we have St. Catherine Scribbles friend Robin posted these photos. Her oldest son Cole is going into high school. His brother Campbell and sister Everly are also moving up a grade. Way to go. And it's like the three of them standing there. And every time she posts this picture, the kids get bigger and bigger and bigger. And then there's one picture of Cole beside his grandma, which is Janet. We call her JJ. And I used to work with her at Troll Book Clubs and a little bit at Vanwell and at Convergent Telecom. Next, Ottawa Valley Scribbles friend Mandy had a great Mother's Day with daughters Em and Maddie. There was also a walk on Renfrew's iconic swinging bridge. Any day that includes a visit there is indeed a great one. And there's the three of them. And there's the girls on the swinging bridge. I love that freaking swinging bridge. Next, our Winnipeg Scribbles friend Angela shared photos of her dog Jackson as he celebrated his 5th birthday with a potty, P-A-W/T-Y, so potty, at his daycare. And there's a picture of her dog, Jackson, and it says happy birthday on a big banner behind him. And he's got birthday boy bandana and a little hat with pretend candles on top. It's so cute. And there's a saying here, friendship isn't about who you've known the longest. It's about who walked into your life, said, I'm here for you, and proved it. Next, we're very tardy with this one. Catherine's cat Sadie admires a late blooming amaryllis, whatever, some kind of flower. Catherine's mom gave her at Christmas, and this was posted like in April or May. Now I'm just finally posting it here. Next, 29 and counting, said our pal Doug, when it was he and Todd's anniversary recently. And there's Doug and Todd, and it says congratulations. Then we have Pam and Craig were all smiles en route to England for their latest world travels. And they're in the airport and they're all smiley. And they had a great time there. Next, we're a bit tardy with this one too. It's our pals Dan and dog Ben on their first walk of the summer. So that should have been posted a month ago or so, or more. And now, sunset at the farm, as seen by our Nova Scotia pal Angela. And it's a picture of the sunset in the background. And there's her goat and a little piece of the little shelter for the goats. And there's trees and stuff, of course, in the background. Next, we have an update. Ottawa Valley friend Kathy completed her over 100-kilometer walk and raised $650 in donations to the Canadian Cancer Society in memory of her brother Jim. On that day, she posted this. Delilah bulbs she got from her green thumb Jim also bloomed like on the same day. Way to go, Kathy. Earlier in her walks, Kathy was joined by a skunk. This time, her son Owen joined her for a while. Much better choice. Next, we have... Recently, it's another update. Recently, we shared that my nephew graduated from Niagara College. Now he's back with the cherry on top. He's got his driver's license. Graham has loved cars for a long time, as we see in the photo of him and my Ford Taurus that we drove around in with my dog Timmy. And that's, of course, there he is. There's me being all Joe Cool with my car. I look like so much thinner. Holy shit. Anyhow, and then there's the other pictures of him and Timmy and that. Next we have, she's the best, said our photographer Scribbles friend Stacy about her dog Lilo. To the left is Stacy with her cat. 2 points if you guess the kitten's name is Stitch. So the dog is Lilo and the cat is Stitch. And Lilo is featured in the big picture. And she's like a light golden doggy. And she's rolled up on the couch sleeping and with a blanket. And there's a little dog teddy bear that's in her, and she's fucking hugging the thing. It's so cute. Anyhow, Angela, next we have Angela had an amazing description for this photo of her cat Jesse. Okay. He looks like he's kind of peeking out from a towel or something. And she said, "What a cheeky boy, scaring me half to death as I'm changing clothes after work. And suddenly see something moving at the back of the dryer top. So much for clean laundry." And the big major typos there, boy. I have to fix that. Next we have, so it's the cat being the cat being silly. Next we have, far beyond being belated with this one, happy 12th birthday to our pal Marlene's dog Clyde, whose birthday was in April. Sorry, handsome. And there he is with his birthday hat. And then he's got his little birthday, I guess that's a stuffed monkey? Blue monkey? Next we have, if ever there was a time to say they grow up so quickly, this is it. It's our Renfrew pal Joe. His sign tells you the rest. And in the first pitch, like it's side by side, I cropped them and put them side by side. In the first one, he's got like shorter hair, like shoulder length maybe, got bangs and that, and his ears are pretty covered. And then he's got a sign, first day of grade 2. And then the next picture, his hair is quite a lot longer, like way past his shoulders, and he's a little bit taller, and it says last day of grade 2, so there's a comparison. And now next we have our Welland pal Mark was happy to be able to help out one of our newer Scribbles friends, Celie. Or is it Sally? Sally. It's one of those. Sally, Celie. She recently released her first single called Beautiful Weirdo, and Mark got her looking fabulous for a video shoot. And there's one of him looking silly, and then another one he's actually putting makeup on her. And then there's a picture of her all decked up with her dress and everything. A picture of her CD there. And underneath that post, that's a wrap of doing BS Live Rocks on your TV Kojiko cable, wrote our Scribbles pal Bobby, on the show which he co-hosted with Shane Christopher Neal for the past 9 years. We had so much fun promoting local music. It never got old, said Bobby. It also is the end, for now at least, of Bobby being in a cover band. But as they say, change is good. So that's a big one. Now we have a dog. What the hell kind of dog's that? I can't remember what they're called. They kind of look almost like a St. Bernard, but sure not. And it says, the face of anticipation when he's in the lineup at Timmy's and the Timbits are almost within reach, said our Renfrew friend Sarah of her dog Ben. So he's in the back seat and he's been allowed to pop his head out now because they're at the drive-thru, and he knows like the next thing he sees is going to hand him a Timbit. Next we have happy birthday to Tammy and H's cat Cinder, who is now 6 years old. And so there's a little picture of Cinder with a little small picture of Tammy in the corner. Next, it was fun to be a pirate lady for DCT, Dunville Community Theatre. Murder at the Mudcat Mardi Gras, our friend Judy told us. Thanks to everyone who came out to support us. Sounds like another great success story, Judy. Awesome. And there she is with her long black hair and some kind of like bandana and peasant dress with the sleeves down. Followed by, well, bust our buttons. Miss Conception was thrilled to appear on the cover of Provincetown magazine. It was her first time on the cover, and we bet it won't be the last. Way to go, girl. And it's the drag performer, Miss Conception, does all the singing, does all their own vocals, does multi-costume changes, like all within, like not leaving the room and coming back out. Like, it's quite the conception that she's put together. So there she is on the cover of the magazine, and there she is beside it. Next, we have our Scribbles friend Justin was featured in the Fort Erie Observer to discuss his appearance on Drag Brunch Saved My Life on Crave TV. And there he is, and then there's a little picture of the article from the newspaper. And he was in that show. Next, our Niagara Scribbles friend Heather posted these photos of her pal Bella. She sure was a cute puppy 4 years ago. Not to say that she isn't still beautiful. Say it again, everyone. They grow up so quickly, whether it's got 2 feet or 4, lol. And there's Heather, and there's a doggy now, and there's a doggy as a puppy, and yeah, they don't look the same, but she's still a beautiful doggy, black and white doggy. Next, we have, we're betting our Niagara pal Lucas's cat Peanut loves to play and cuddle. So cute, Lucas. And she's a black cat with the white belly and white paws. And she doesn't look to be very old. And she's kind of laying on the carpet. And she looks like she'd either want you to cuddle her or, like, play a toy or play with you. Followed by, meet our Welland pal Cindy's new dog, Nougat. I had a golden cocker spaniel too. Welcome to Scribbles, Nougat. Woof. And it's a little baby golden cocker spaniel. Need I say more? Adorable. The next post is 4 pictures. First one is my cousin's grandkids, Dylan and Ethan, with this big mini tractor thingy with a bucket. The next one, they're pushing a pole into the ground. Next one, their grandpa Ernie is looking to make sure the pole is level. And the third one, Ethan and Dylan are standing with a thumbs up in front of a new mailbox. And the article reads, our Scribbles pal Kathy shared these photos of her husband Ernie and grandsons Ethan and Dylan as they did a fine job of installing a new mailbox at the couple's beautiful rural home in Douglas, Ontario. As we see, the boys definitely put their backs into the job, and Ernie made sure everything, another typo, was on the level. Kathy was impressed enough to post these 4 photos, and we were impressed enough to share them with our Scribbles pals. It's a good thing I'm doing this for you, because I'm going to have these corrected before I launch them. Some spelling boo-boo, so there you go. Next we have a picture on the left says Dale and Dan and friend were on hand at Coburg Gay Pride Festival, and they work for Expedia Cruises. So they're at an Expedia Cruises booth set up, and they got like the pride flag in the background and all that stuff, and then they got travel literature around them. Followed by Brant County Mayor David Bailey and his partner Jim had a great time at Brantford's Pride in the Park event in June. And it's the mayor in the middle and people, lady and a man on one side, lady and a man on the other side. Don't know who any of them are. And then there's some signs, like, looks like a liberal, the Pride Liberal logo. Followed by our New Jersey Scribbles friend Joanne, aka Jojo, has plenty to be grateful for lately. First came her birthday in June, where she was joined by her family in for a wonderful dinner out. Whew. Next came her 14th anniversary to sweetheart Kent. They enjoyed time in Italy as an anniversary gift to each other. Wow, SS, that's my nickname, Soul Sister, long story. Well, SS, when you celebrate stuff, you do it in a grand way. Go big or go home. LOL. So happy for you. And there they are in this picture of them in Italy. It's beautiful. There's like a gondola in the background. It just looks like something out of a movie. followed by Renfrew Scribbles' pal Dan is back, and this time he was on TV. Quote, after teaching today, I stopped by Kojiko TV and did an interview to hopefully entice more volunteers to join St. John Ambulance, unquote, said Dan. The camera loves you, Dan, and so do we. He's such a cutie. You know, he was a cutie when he was young, and now he's older, and he's still cute. Just cute. He's a very handsome man. There you go. Followed by Scribbles' pal Jade sells scrunchies, pacifier clips, keychains, should be a plural, bookmarks, pencil cases, and more. She can be found in markets and bazaars. Her business is called Made by Jade, which also includes her little helper, her infant daughter Izzy. So Izzy is in her little bassinet thing beside her, Jade, who's got her little things out at the table. Followed by, since our Scribbles friend Joan reposted the photo above when she was celebrating Earth Day, Scribbles is also reposting it. How could we not? It's a stunning shot. And I don't know how they took this picture. It's like big, long green leaves from a plant, like a hosta type plant, only smaller, like longer leaves, and water is splashing on it, but the water looks like it's like frozen in the air. Like it's a very cool shot. And the last post in the section, believe it or not. Once upon a time, about 40 frickin' years ago, I worked at Hojo's. For a while, I did the overnight shift, 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. And between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., they had no cook, just me and one waitress, a wild and unapologetic girl named Pat. She called me Kazoo, then we both called each other that. I hated cooking, and it pissed me off that they were too cheap to keep a cook on for those couple of hours. What made it all bearable was Kazoo and the fancy feasts we enjoyed for next to nothing. And that's another long story. But we did enjoy some yummy steaks and chicken wings and all sorts of stuff. And then I'd say we didn't have any lunch because I was the manager, so I could say nope, no lunch that day. So there you go. You could have had another person on. I wouldn't have done that. Now it says fast forward. I had dropped my mom off at her doctor's office, had an errand in the plaza, and now I am going to park near the doctor's place. I spotted a spot close to the docks and was about to park, but saw a lady was also eyeballing that spot. So me being nice Kenny, I motioned for her to take it. As she was driving in to the spot, I recognized it was Pat. I parked and was on my way in. Pat is getting out of her car and says, "Were you going to take this spot?" To which I replied, "Yes, I was, Kazoo. You should have seen her face. It was priceless. It absolutely made my day. Love, my Kazoo." And there's a saying at the bottom, inspiring thoughts, and at the bottom of this one it says, if one dream should fall and break into 1,000 pieces, never be afraid to pick one of those pieces up and begin again. There you go. So that's that section. On the side, of course, we've got all the ads for TV shows and upcoming events. That's all the same, different logos, but other than that, there we go.